Hi everyone, it's K-Red and welcome to my channel. On this channel, we doodle, draw, zentangle, all kinds of things to help us calm our mind and ease the stress of the day. Today, we are doing some diamond dot painting or some diamond painting. I had this kit sitting in a drawer for quite some time. Truthfully, probably 2 years. I was doing a lot of diamond dotting. I just enjoyed it thoroughly, but I started to bother my neck. It was a little too much looking down. It was a little uncomfortable, so I stopped. I'm now doing it on a drawing table that's on a bit of a slant, and that does help with my neck, but it does make everything slide. So in my closet, I had, I don't know what they are, cabinet lining. They're puffy and they have a little bit of traction, and I thought that it might work, and it does, to stop everything from falling down. So these are just some scraps we had in the cupboard that I just couldn't bring myself to throw away when we did our kitchen cabinets a very long time ago. So I had started to open this package up before when everything was falling, but so I kind of just put it back in, but this is the full kit I got. I'll add a link to the company in the description so that if you guys want to pick something up like this, you can. It's a great, easy project. Not sure how long today will take, so I don't know if we'll finish it all in one video or if we'll continue it. Let's just kind of see how it goes. So the first thing you get is the little container that you'll put them in, the tool, and then some of the paste or the glue. You get the beads that you need for the projects, and I'll explain all that. And then we have these fun coasters. I picked this one because I thought the coasters reminded me of mandalas, and they just made me smile. There are quite a few to choose from. Let's see if we can lay them all out. There we go. So we do have quite a few to choose from. Hopefully they are all in this screen. I'll move them over just a little so that they are. And this felt is working well. Now, obviously, I wouldn't use this for drawing, but the paper doesn't seem to slide at the angle the way these do. So first thing to do is we'll have to decide which one we want. But the way it works, let me open this up so we can pull out the little tool. For any of you who aren't familiar with it, this is how it works. You have numbers or shapes, and those numbers and shapes correspond with the packaging. Strongly suggest you do not open all the beads right away. I'll show you some of the way I have organized things in the past, but that you open and use just what you need. They are tiny, so obviously it's not for too little of hands. And each package will have a letter or a symbol. Like this one has a symbol that will match where it goes on the project. So for today, let's start by deciding which one we're going to do. I think my three favorite are these three right here. So let's narrow that down. This project came with this nice little holder to hold the coasters afterwards. I think it'd make a cute, super, super cute Christmas gift for somebody. And you can have some mental health relaxation while you make it. Let's do this one. I am sure in time I'll do them all. So everything that you absolutely need is in the package. Your beads, your this and that. Every time I buy a pack, it almost always comes with these extra tins. Not the right word. But I like those and will use those and keep them. So I have extras of those if I need it. I splurged on a pen that I can use instead of the one that came with it because it has a light on it. And it really helps these old eyes do it better, especially if I'm doing it while I'm watching TV or something and not at my table here with my perfect lighting. Well, not perfect, but my great lighting and things like that. So it may make the camera a little bit different. So for this video, I may not use it just because of the glare on there, but it is one of my favorite things. The other thing I have, and I had one unused, so we're going to go ahead and open this up, are these little tins. And the reason I like these tins, they're plastic, they're not a tin, but that's my word of the day, is they come in little things like this. I can pop them open, put the different bead inside, especially with something that'll have so many projects as this one. And to help me remember what is inside each, I have these little stickers. So this stuff is all over Amazon. You can easily find it. I didn't feel like any of these things were in and of itself really expensive. So I think if you splurge just a little bit, you'll be able to do it. And what I like to do on these is put this on the top. That way they can be reused. And there are lots of different styles. This is just the ones that I found that I liked. If you're doing a larger project, you're probably going to want more. But this way I can have the beads in there. I'll write on the top what letter it is, and it'll help me remember. So with all of that, let's see about getting started. So we're going to look at this. It's probably right side up since the T's are going the right way. And you can decide if you want to work the outside in or the inside out. There are lots of tutorials online. I watched quite a few of them at the beginning. But me personally, I like to work the inside out. So I can look and see what numbers there are. There's a 6, a 2, 8, 7. And that is most of what is on this inside. 6, 2, 8, 7s. So let's find the 6, the 2, the 8, and the 7. Now this is my favorite part. Normally, when I do these projects, I'll open up every container, put everyone in a bin, and that's just the most fun. It feeds my organizational love. It feeds my putting things in order. It is just glorious. But for this, I don't want to open up anything not going to use on this particular tile, this particular coaster. And you want to try to be as careful as you can to not cut into the file next to it. So I'm going to cut right here. There's 6, 7, and 8. I don't see a 9 yet. There might be a 9 somewhere in the project, but I don't see it yet. So I'm going to cut real close to that. So that gives me 6, 7, and 8. And now I'm still looking for 2. Here's the last batch, 1, and there's 2. And you can see how many of 2s there are. And once again, I'm going to try my very carefulest to not cut into any of the tiles next to it. Now, because there are so many 2s, what I will do at the end, when I'm done with this project, I'm going to keep this packet. I will put these into a little, like a sandwich size Ziploc baggie, and with this paper right in it. So I'll know right where it is, keep all my project stuff together, and then that way when I need 2s again. But for now, I'm just going to open up just the corner and attempt to pour some right in here. And I didn't think they would all fit. Before I move on, I need to remember to write the number 2 on it. And then I'm also going to grab one of these. I'm going to throw the rest into this since we know we're going to be using quite a few 2s. Definitely going to save this package so that when I combine them all at the end, I know exactly what color it is. Get one more sticker with a 2 on it. And just like that. So here's the 6. I clip just the corners. Makes it a little bit easier for me to get them out. Sometimes there's problems with static and some things like that with getting them all out. It looks like I dropped a couple. And usually if I drop one, if I just press on it with my finger, I can pick it up and just put it right back in the tubes. So that's 2 and 6. And I am going to keep that package as well. So now we're to the 7. Now I'm usually happiest when I keep these in order, and it looks like happily this time I did. I'll be honest with you, I don't always. And then I have to hunt, where's 5? But today they'll be in order. We're going to put a bunch in there, but I know that's going to be too many. So I'm going to grab this, and we're going to put a 7 on this. And we can even just put it kind of like on the side there, then it won't be in our way. Of course, there I spilt a couple more. If you have trouble picking these up, just put a little bit of lotion on your hands. Make your hands just a little bit moist, and they'll come right up for you. And then here is 8. And I think 8 we could fit right in this bucket. So now we have all of ours. We have our 2s and our 7s already out. Get the scissors put back away. I'm going to grab one more bucket, and that's going to be the bucket that I work out of. Let's take the 7 off of it. You can see I did that last time. I still had the 7 in there. Just whatever little stickers you can find. And so now I have that. So it's time to get started. Now, 6 is in the very middle. I usually like to work all with one number and then fill in the next number. And because I'm just kind of liking the idea of working on the inside out, let's go ahead and start with the 6. Now on this one, I'm not going to worry about putting a tag in it. It's the only one I have out, and it's the one I'm currently working. But if this is a large project and you're going to be doing it for a while, that's why I like having all these extra bins. I can do one per. That's right, I'm not going to use my light. So hopefully I can zoom in so you can see. If you shake these, they kind of get caught in the ridges. And what you want is it to be with a flat down and the round on top. That little shake becomes an art. I don't know that I ever actually acquired that gift. One of the other things I splurged on, I'm not sure if I mentioned it, is this glue. I'm going to go ahead and use this one. Comes with a number of tabs and another little tablets inside. I'm going to unpeel it so it's on top. Had like a little plastic on it to hopefully keep it from drying out. And you just poke in and get some inside your pencil. Now, being the very first time I've used this pencil in a very long time, it was completely empty. I'm going to load it up quite a bit. If you do it too much, though, you will have too much on here. You'll have some extra on there. So you don't want too much. I'm going to pick up one, number 6, and put it right on the 6. Let's see. And silly me, it didn't stick because I forgot to peel off the paper on it to keep this slightly sticky part fresh. So now that that's off, now when I put on the 6, it'll go right on. Now, if this was a large project and I was worried about my hand, you could put a little bit of parchment type paper down to kind of protect it. But I think this is a small enough of a project that I don't have that to worry about. I've been so excited to do this. I think I've mentioned it in 3 or 4 videos. And today is finally the day. So you can kind of hear it in my voice. I'm a little amped up. Really looking forward to it. And I'm just going through to every 6. And if you notice, every once in a while, especially since I'm talking, or normally I'll do this while I'm watching TV, I can kind of forget where I am. So then I can look, oh, the black is the 6. That's right, we're doing 6s. And the honest truth is, just like in drawing, this is yours. You want it to be a different color, it's a different color. You want it to be a different shape, it's a different shape. Just do the best you can to try to line it up right inside that circle. I don't know how well you're able to see this with me doing it, but to put it right in there, and that way the one next to it will fit better. But we're fortunate on this that they're not typically too tight in there. So you'll have plenty of room. This is a great one for a beginner. And some more 6s. And you just keep going until hopefully you can find, that one went on, I got it upside down. You just keep going until you find all of the 6s. I enjoy little games that you can play on your phone, and it's like one of those find games where you have to find all of something. So kind of appeals to me on so many levels. The nice thing about these two is to be in a design, you can kind of get an idea where there could be one missing because you're following the design of the mandala. They have these in everything. And in fact, a little bit of Googling online, there are companies that you can send your picture in and they will send it back to you with the dots and what little beads you'll need. So what do you think? Did I get all the 6s? Looks like I have some on the outside. I think I'm going to go ahead and continue off what I have in there, because there's not much point in putting these last few back in. And see, on that one I didn't have it in quite the right spot, so you can just kind of nudge it and it'll go right over. And you want to push down a little hard, but not too hard. You'll know that you need a little bit more paste, a little bit more of the glue tab on your pen when all of a sudden it's hard to pick them up, they don't stick. But that way we use them. Now our tub is empty. And let's go ahead and go back inside. So we have all kinds of 2s, but let's save those for the end. Let's do the 7s or the 8s. We'll do the 7s because they're already out. And this is way more than there should be in a container. I was just emptying out the package, but I think it's doable. These are the 7s. When I go through this in post, I will put a little bit of music behind this so we don't have the quiet in between my jabbering. Super easy, super fun. I'm really enjoying that it's a mandala. Now see, it is sticky. See how my thumb touched it and it kind of stuck. Let's see if there's any more 7s. Looks like we have some coming out. Then I'm just going to shake it a little bit so I can have a little bit more of the red. I like these 7s easier than the black ones because the underside is silver. So it makes it very easy to know which one is up. This is something that can definitely be a little hard on your eyes. If you're like me and are vision challenged, it can be a little tough. I bought a light that I could just clip on and shine. That helped me a lot because having light for me helps a lot to be able to see. But because of the drawings that I do at this table, I kind of purchased a little light for the YouTube videos so I could have some extra light at the table. So actually makes it very easy for me. Oops, there's one I missed, but I think I dropped one, didn't I? Don't see it now. Yep, there it is. Now, when you buy your Zentangle kit, often they come with, if you buy some accessories, or depending on where you buy it, it could come with some little tweezers that come in handy if you do something like that. I was able to just scoot it to the side, pick it back up. Now see here, I put it in the wrong spot. So I can just, on the side of the pin, nudge it over until it's in the right spot. Hold on a second, I had to turn on a fan, it's getting warm in here. So now it looks like I have my 7s in all the right spots. I don't see any that I'm missing yet. So if I had like 6 poured it into here, I would go ahead and do these 7s on the outside. But because it has its own little container, which is off and sliding, let's go ahead and move on to the 2s, which are these. So again, I have way too many in the tin. I think I'm just going to do myself a little bit of a favor and temporarily pour some out. That way I can shake them in here, have a bigger area to choose from because we're going to be doing this a lot. We have the 8s in the middle, but let's go ahead and do the 2s. Nice thing about these that I like too is there are really no rules. You're not going to get messed up if you do one in front of the other. You can just do it on whatever catches your mind and your attention at the moment. I just happened to see where a red one had dropped, so I'll put that back away where it belongs. I think I'm going to go ahead and get just a small amount of paste back. Make sure there's none on the edge. And let's go ahead and listen to some music, and let's go through and do these. There is something always so satisfying if they're in there tight and you can kind of hear a little click where it all fits in there nice and together. Once I have a little section done, sometimes I'll put a little bit of pressure on top, make sure they're all in there nice and tight. Alrighty, that took care of that section. Let's go ahead and decide where we want to go next. We're going to go ahead and combine back all these little dots so we have an empty one again. We're going to pick our new number, dump it in, and let's just keep going, one dot after another as we see this beautiful design come together. So I finished up with that portion of the green, and just off a whim, I decided to flip over to the red. So let's see what happens from here. But let's find those T's. Let's put in the big daddies. Alrighty, and so as I look on my package, here it is, the T. Let's get my scissors back. We're gonna do that. I think we're gonna use all of them. So, but I'll keep this just in case. Do just a little bit more of the wax. And you can drag it or you can dot it. If you drag it, just make sure you get it off the sides. Now these are so big, you could probably place them with your finger. Let's see if they're gonna easily be placed without it. And you can put them right in their spots. Yeah, I need some extra wax. These are heavy. Sometimes if I have too much on the end, not sure if you can see, but I have a bunch on the end, I'll take the lid and press it in from the lid, and that'll put a little bit more inside it and get rid of the extra at the end. And these just don't seem to want to do that, so I think I'll just pick them up and then use the pin to nudge into place. Push them down to the adhesive. I'm going to place a couple, and then I'll make sure they're all situated. That one's upside down. Let's push them so that we're happy with the placement. Just may have had my finger in the way, sorry. There we go. This one over just a tad. Perfect. I don't want to place too many of them, because if I place them where they look like they're close, I may not realize that they're not pushed down well and smudged into place. Pick them up, make sure they stick in. Let's do the last 5. Looks like there are going to be some extras that I've probably used on another coaster, or maybe, like I said, this usually provide a couple extras, so it may just be that. We'll have to see. So looks like 8s and 6s are what I have next, because we have, look at the 7s, I put them in the wrong thing. So let's go ahead and pour these back into here so that we know 7s are actually a 7. I'll forget. Let's go ahead and go back to our 8s and finish up. just going to keep going and enjoying ourselves. So let's go ahead and put in these 6s. I guess theoretically they could be 9s. Now I'm beginning to doubt whether they're a 6 or a 9, but either way, they're the piece that's going in. Do you have a critical voice in your head that gets after you? It's something I work on. I suspect it's something that most people work on. All right, now let's take a critical look at this, and let's push everything down, make sure everything's nice and sturdy. And see, are there any spots that we are missing? I don't see any. They're all filling nice and smooth. I think they're all down well. So then that would be this fun coaster. Alrighty, well, it turned out that I am out of salmon or snack size bags. So I just picked up some quart ones that I have. They'll work just as well. And we're gonna go ahead and put in all of these. I'm gonna put my sticker right on the inside of it as well. This is package 8, package 6, and 7, and the package. So it's all in there. We're gonna go ahead, make sure the lid's on everything else. I don't wanna dump everything into this one. And dump in 7s in there. There'll be some stragglers, it's not a big deal. Make sure you seal the bag well. And you can write on the bag if you want, but for me, the stickers in the bags are sufficient. So then let's go ahead and do the 2s next. Here's the bag for the 2. Here are these for the 2. Notice I'm trying to be better and careful, making sure that let's get the sticker. Of course, now it's going to have tons of bead little drills on it. That's all right. Is in there, as well as the package. Seal these up and put them in there. So when I do this again, I'll just reuse that little sticker on the tray. And then the way I keep my projects organized that are ongoing is in a gallon-sized bag. I will put all of these. These will just go into my kit. I have a little diamond basket that holds all my diamond painting stuff. And those can just go in there for next time. I do have a number of beads that didn't make it. And those can just go in loose. And there's probably about 10 or 12 of them at the bottom of my tray. We do have these big daddies, I call them, the big eye drops. I'm gonna go ahead and put them inside the bag. Is all set for the next time I sit down and diamond dot. So I want to thank you all for being here with me. I hope you had as much fun as I did. And we will see you on the next video where we'll be drawing or diamond dotting or crocheting or whatever we find to ease our stress, clear our mind, and bring a little bit of calm into the chaos of this world. Bye-bye.